Welcome to the Break Vape podcast. I am your host, Tami Ernst. If you are an overwhelmed mom struggling to quit vaping after trying everything in your power to quit, then you are in the right place, mama. Each week on the show, we analyze stress, vaping, and addiction from a place of zero self-judgment so that you can build up the skills you need to ditch your vapes for good. Are you ready? Let's get to work. Hey mamas, welcome to the podcast. Today, we are going to keep rocking on towards gaining a rock-solid foundation that will set you up to successfully quit vaping for good this time. I created this 4-part series for you to hear right now because we are in February 2024 if you're listening in real time. And I'm sure that many of you guys made New Year's resolutions to quit vaping. And it's around this time frame in February that sometimes we forget all of our good intentions and our resolve starts to slip. Listen, being completely ready to crush your quit vaping goal starts with an understanding of these key things. Number 1, self-awareness, which we covered on the last episode. Number 2, curiosity, which we will get into today. Number 3, disciplined goals. And number 4, empowerment. By the end of this series, you'll be able to start out on your quitting journey from a place of confidence instead of desperation. We're going to get you to a place where vapes have zero control over you. I was just walking through a gas station the other day and I saw one of my old vape brands for sale in the gas station. And I was so intrigued that I just didn't have a trigger or an urge at all that I actually had to take a picture of these vapes, because I wanted to read you some of the flavors that now at first glance sound so toxic and disgusting because I know what chemicals go into them. But before, back when I was vaping, they would have sounded awesome. So here goes. I have complete and total power over banana milkshake, blue lemonade, cherry peach lemonade, clear, grape, milk chocolate, mint chill, mixed berries, pink lemonade, strawberry ice cream, strawberry watermelon, tobacco, watermelon ice, and yummy bear. Once upon a vape ago, strawberry ice cream and yummy bear would have gotten the best of me for sure. But not anymore. And bonus, my 8-year-old daughter was with me in the store, and it was a perfect learning opportunity for me to explain to her how vapes are literally marketed as quote unquote yummy. I actually had her read the Yummy Bear package so that she could see for herself. But they're not yummy, I told her. They are filled with thousands of chemicals and they are deadly. And my daughter, without missing a beat, said, "That's a mean trick, Mommy. They shouldn't do that." Well, I completely agree, but they do that. And that is why we have the podcast, to spread education and awareness around the dangers of vaping for you and your kids. So let's dive into today's topic, curiosity. Once you've become self-aware, curiosity isn't just about asking questions. It's about seeking out new solutions, perspectives, and understanding the why behind your vaping habit. It's this genuine curiosity that will illuminate the path to disciplined goals. When you're curious, you're open, engaged, and ready to explore new strategies that lead to lasting change. Remember, curiosity leads to knowledge, and knowledge is power. The power to quit vaping for good. So here are a few of my favorite ways to get curious when it comes directly to vaping. Number 1, take a moment to write down all the reasons you vape, but don't stop at the surface level. For each reason, ask yourself why 5 times to dig deeper into the underlying causes. This method, often used in problem-solving processes, helps unearth the root issues behind behaviors. So what is your why when it comes to vaping? Number 2, create a curiosity journal to explore and document how vaping makes you feel. Each time you feel the urge to vape, jot down a different activity you can do instead, like a short walk, deep breathing exercises, or a quick mindfulness session. Even if you're vaping while you do this, I want you to write out every scenario that you think you could see yourself being triggered in, and then ask yourself 5 times why you would feel triggered in that scenario. And then list out something you can plan to do instead that is healthier than vaping when you're triggered. This is actually part of creating a quit plan, friends, and it's just scratching the surface, so go ahead and get on this now because it will come in handy later. Number 3, become a quitting expert. Dedicate some time each week to learn something new about quitting vaping. This could involve reading articles, listening to podcasts like this one, or joining online support groups. Aim to share what you've learned with someone else. This could be through conversation, a social media post, or even within our Break Vape community. The key here is to learn so much about the negative effects of vaping that you become genuinely disgusted with it. Instead of mindlessly scrolling on socials, use some of that time, 10 minutes a day, to look up articles about really specific things like vaping deaths, death from a valley, vapes exploding in people's faces, etc. You will find results and they will shock you. This information is real. I've talked to vaping victims behind the scenes, so now it's your turn. Go see what you can find. And for number 4, I want you to silence the excuses, but first figure out what they are. What things are immediately coming to your mind that are preventing you from quitting vaping? Are you able to find a single excuse so valid that the pros actually outweigh the cons? Use that thought process to come up with your number 1 excuse for not quitting vaping. So after taking all of that into consideration and replaying this episode if you need to, here is your homework, my friends. I want you to answer the following questions and then email them back to me, okay, at hello@breakvapes.com. This exercise is evergreen, meaning even if you hear it 2 years from now, I still want you to do this work and email it over to me, okay? Because someone on my team will be there to check it, and doing this work is essential. It will not do itself. Okay, are you ready? Maybe when you're not driving, come back to this episode, but whenever you are able to do so, here's what I want you to do. Write out your answers to the following 4 questions. Number 1, what did you come up with as your why, aka your number 1 reason for vaping? Number 2, where are you going to get your curiosity journal, and what do you think your biggest trigger will be? Number 3, how many minutes a day are you going to spend on anti-vaping research? And number 4, what is your number 1 excuse for not quitting? Ooh, that is so super curious. We are getting very, very curious around our vaping habits today by doing these exercises from a place of zero self-judgment, okay? Remember that part, it is very important. Curiosity is your gateway to innovative solutions and deeper understandings on your quitting journey. It transforms scariness and the unknowns of quitting into an explorative and empowering adventure. Remember, every question you ask is a step away from vaping and a step closer to a healthier life. And your journey to quit vaping is a journey worth taking. As we wrap up today's episode, I encourage you to embrace curiosity with an open heart and mind because it will lead you to disciplined goals and ultimately to the empowerment you need to quit vaping for good. Stay tuned for our next episode where we'll dive into setting disciplined goals, a critical next step in your journey to empowerment and freedom. Thank you for sharing your time and curiosity with me today. If you're seeking more guidance and support, visit our website at www.breakvapes.com and schedule a free strategy session to chat with me about how you can quit vaping sooner than you think. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep moving forward. You've got this, mama. Bye for now. Thanks for tuning in today. If you like what was offered in today's show and want even more support, head over to www.breakvapes.com and schedule your free strategy session to discover exactly how my proven system can help you ditch your vapes for good. Bye for now.